Good time zones, everyone, and welcome. We have made it to Thursday. And apparently stream started scuffed, but hey, that's... Would it be normal if I didn't have something broken? Particularly at the moment. Highly annoying that. Thank you for pointing that out, Taryn. Welcome in, everybody. I noticed that we are many varied and here, which is probably better than I'm doing. I hope that everybody is doing well and has managed to get through their Thursdays with some semblance of their sanity. Welcome in to Lotus with a very early lurk there, who got in before Blast, but as noted further down, Blast is slightly busy by the sounds of it. We have a Pokemon in chat for those who may be interested in trying to catch it. Blast got here, Frauke got here, True Purple got here, and Taryn got here, all before I pushed the button and broke things. Welcome in to all of you. Hey, Void. Let's have Void say hi to all of you. Then all the bots arrived. Good time zones to everyone. Yeah, I'm a bit derpy, Taryn. Actually, the wrong screen was because the video input had not been picked up correctly. The Be Right Back screen that you were seeing was the emergency squirrels have chewed the cables screen. But because it's exactly the same colour and exactly the same image as everything else, my brain hadn't picked up that it was the wrong thing. So I'm going to add a technical difficulties squirrels in the cabling image somewhere. And have that take over it. Yeah, I know. I should tell them to stop chewing on cables. We've got all of the scurrying going on, and Lotus redeeming a hydrate. Heil hydrate. I'll get to that in a minute, Blast. And a stretch as well. Although... apparently there is some... everyone remember, hydrate, stretch, med check if necessary, look after yourselves, get food if you haven't. Do take care of yourselves, that is the important bit. So thank you for that, Lotus. Blast lurking off in the work corner. Urban, welcome in. Thank you for joining the scurry as well. And Sin Lily with you. Or at least immediately after you. Yeah, I don't... Wrong phrasing. Sorry. Lotus is in class. I hope class goes okay, Lotus. Urban lurking as well. Thank you for that lurk. Blast is personal statements. 4,000 character on the word limit. What the heck? Why on earth do you need to write a personal statement that's 4,000 characters long? That's practically an entire article. Good time zone to Raven. Yeah. There's the Zubat appearing. I'm surprised. Ritsu has made it to a nice number of scampering squirrels. That's all of the 69s there. Thank you very much. Kelbirdie, Quaos Twin, welcome in. Quaos? Chaos even. Wow. Excuse me while I fall over my brain. Ninjet, good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, look, it's snowing. Oh, that's a thunderstorm. Hunter, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Here we are. To think that you're busy and there's no puns, honest gov. The horror. Why do monks avoid sending Word documents? They're supposed to avoid attachments. Oh, that wasn't so good. Kel on a 40 stream streak, throwing confetti to distract the bot, which apparently was good enough to actually manage to help them escape. Congratulations. Second time using confetti, it apparently worked. Raven flying through the stream and apparently flying fast enough to manage to escape as well. Quaos, Quali-Chaos? Something like that. Qualified Chaos, let's go with that. Apparently they require you to demonstrate a sleuth of stuff. I'm going to assume a slew of stuff. And not enough words to condense lovely PhD stuff. Dang it, University of Bleep, Bleep, Bleepity, Bleep, 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 Bleep. Also known as every university in the universe. They're all a bit bleepy. However. Yesterday, we started working on Quali-Chaos, Burb Chaos, Quail Chaos, Quaily Chaos. Yesterday we started working on this. Our future thingamy. Really. What the heck is my brain on? Oh yes, future bamboo farm with all of the auto crafting. However, yes, thank you, Raven. I don't know what I'm building. However, I'm going to veer off in a completely different direction, and we're not going to build that. Quick, check the clutch. It's probably overheating from changing gear and changing direction too hard. Frauke on a 385 stream streak, secretly streaking behind the "For the Heckin' Kids" sign. Apparently that's not good enough, and wow, 4-0 to the Mary Whitehouse bot for Frauke. Dang it. That's a lot of catches. Congratulations on making it to Blanket Jail. And another one from Blast. Because quails. How do you know if a butchered bird is a quail or not? Give it a squab test. Blast. You do know you're chancing a large amount of murders there. Why are there birds on? Why are there birds on this blanket fort? Why are there bars on this blanket fort? Good grief. However, let us ponder a complete and utter... Well, no, this isn't a U-turn on the grounds that I'm not reversing a plan and I'm not in the government. Let us ponder a completely different direction, also known as up. We have here our two adorable foxes that arrived yesterday. I did manage to get them into the building. They are still alive. Congratulations to me. And I am slowly building up the fox army necessary for necessary for us to actually start the redeems. It is not. I am not starting the redeems yet, as noted, to avoid people from getting their hopes up too soon and too quickly. Red Foxes will be as soon as we finish the next build that I am about to announce. And And that... Yes, the build I'm about to start and announce is this area. I had a thought. Quick, panic, run, flee, etc. This area. I have an idea of wanted, full of arrows or dead, poster with Blast's face on it. Wow. Canadian Dragon, welcome in. I have decided we need an area for the foxes to live. And I don't want to stick them underground. I don't want to stick them somewhere where they're hidden away from the universe. I think this would make a lovely red fox terrarium. I mean, we've already got we've got the greenhouse over here, which has all sorts of things in it. I reckon we can take this large section in the middle and turn it into a large, effectively, greenhouse. I still plan on putting some stuff up here by way of building area. Thank you for the alert, Dragon. But I want to put something down here. And I had a brief chat with Kel, and Kel covered the... Frauke's got the right idea. Kel and I had a brief chat, and Kel summed this up in a great idea. Go full Japan. And turn it into a cherry blossom area. Hey, Feg, welcome in. I hope you're not feeling too bad after arriving back yesterday. Dagnabbit. You see, that's why I was starting to remove these in a slow and controlled manner. Cherry Blossom Grove within the confines of the tower. Exactly. That's the one. Ow. Jetlag is not a rake. Jetlag. My arch nemesis.
My old arch enemy.
Right. But, yes, a cherry blossom grove within the confines of this tower seems like an interesting and fun thing to add. And what are the odds that one of these foxes is now holding on to some of my scaffolding? Pretty good, it seems. That's quite adorable, but I'm going to need you to give that back. Thank you. How about you? Thank you. Can it hit you like one? Yeah, quite probably. That might be the problem, Feg. Yeah, so the Sakura plan feels like it's kind of right for red foxes in a frozen area. You'd want to have somewhere where they kind of feel right, and a yep. You know what I mean. So let's see what we can do about this. Understandably, I want to make. I'm already immediately going to overcomplicate it. It's been 2.5 minutes of thinking, and I'm already going to overcomplicate stuff. No. One thing I have noticed is some of the blocks in the middle are missing, and I don't have any. Actually, I'm going to use stone for infill. Secure Sakura enclosure felt right. Wow. Are you trying to make this almost impossible to say there, Kel? Could be worth researching Japanese ornamental gardens. Some really nice inspiration to be found there. I will definitely do that, Feg. Thank you. What I am going to start with is a boulder in the middle and a giant tree. Boulder! Welcome in. Kel! Yes, you would. And thank you for joining the scurry. Right. So what I want to do is a large tree in the middle. So the first thing to do is I'm going to go full bonsai on this in ways that make no sense at all as a statement. But yeah, I'm going to craft a bit of fake landscape for this tree to be on top of. Better bonsai than banzai. But what about the band? I just noticed that, Raven. I'm not quite sure why either. Or which. I'll get the... Whoops. Utilities. Meters. Nope, that's not the meter I'm wanting. No. Where the heck is the... One of these buttons should bring up a full... VU meter. There we are. No, that's not it. Aha! There it is. So let's keep an eye on 13 and 14, see if it comes from that. Could it just be my shoulder crackling? No, no. It's probably definitely audio. Probably definitely audio. Wow. Bramblin has appeared, for those who might want to try and catch it. Because trees, what's it called when a tree has spine problems? Scoliosis. Oh, I had to read that 3 times to try and get work that pun into that. Inari, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, when it takes 3 attempts to read the pun there, the pun's not that easy to deal with. Right. What I will do for the moment is assume override for light levels. I don't know why I'm singing, but I'm gonna keep on doing it. Miss H, welcome in. Trying to get rid of this cold you think is coming, children. The portable petri dishes. Or is it semi-intelligent petri dishes? Look after yourself, Miss H. I hope that the cold lets go of you fairly quickly. But yeah, children are basically portable petri dishes. They will bring home every illness possible and mutate it just to make sure that you haven't caught it before. Right, let's start adding a little bit of fettling around this. Where was that bit that I wanted to do? That one. One of these was wrong. That one. That should probably be a stair. Yeah. One sneezed directly in your face at work and it was, ooh. Wow. Oh, welcome in, Pixie. Hashtag free Pixie, definitely. Dang it. Well, I took my eyes off to read Discord, and I took my eyes off the VU meter and didn't see whether or not that was the one that actually made the noise. Dagnabbit. Sorry. The occasional crackling will continue until I figure out what the heck it is. Hashtag free pixie. Yes. Okay, it's not that one. Which channel is this? Okay, so if it wasn't that channel... asked for a better pun. I did not ask for a better one. A pun, a wordplay, and a limerick all worked into a bar. No joke. Oh! That one was awful. Truly, truly awful. Let's watch channels 9 and 10. Pick your channels correctly. That got a face palm. That works. Wow. Uh-huh. Okay, it's not that channel. What the heck Fnurfling channel is it? And it's definitely a left only. There's one last channel it could be, and that's that one, 15. Let's keep an eye on that for a minute. There it is. Found you! Interesting. That's the OBS desktop crackling on that channel. And I don't know why. Right. I am going to, for the moment... Can I unlink these? There. Okay. Right, that should get rid of that. But if we have any sound alerts, they're only going to be on the right ear for today. I will check the cabling and check the connections and possibly hit things a bit harder later. That's the thing, at least I can disable individual audio channels correctly. Once I know which one to actually disable. Sorry about the lag there. Alright, I'd say that's a fairly reasonable pile of stone and dirt from which to have a tree growing. Let's start. So, there is going to be one element of please ignore reality. And that is that if you think about it, the roots are going to be right in the middle of this room. So, yeah, we're going to have to ignore that a little bit. Hey, Elkhorn, welcome in. Welcome to my attempts to figure out how to build a giant fake tree. Okay, that's not the chest I was looking for. Bonsai have very flat roots, that's the reason they stay small. That's a point, Frauke. That is a very good point. And there's a stretch from Kibo. Thank you, Kibo. And a hydrate immediately after it. But let's get the stretch done. That time the crackling was from me. So, whoops. Yay, freehand organics. Yep, we're all doomed. And a hydrate as well. How you doing, Kibo? Yeah, freehand organics is going to be interesting, Elcon. Actually, I'm just going to throw some of these materials into the chests that they came from. Stone. I'll hold on to the dirt. Oh, no, wrong direction. The best way back in is to go up the stairs. Boing, 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 boing. I do realise that, Elcon. I overruled it. But yeah. You just want to yell into the void full of it. Whoops. Scope creep happened. Yeah. I had the option to do something nice and simple, and immediately ignored it. Oh, I have absolutely no intention of blaming you for this one, Elcon. This is entirely my own fault. As is commonly the way, I've taken a sensible idea and immediately overdone it. And Kel... True. Kel encouraged this, but I made the decision. Because I'd already suggested it before Kel got anywhere near the suggestion. Do you know what's tense? Lying about the past, the present, and the future. Yay, Grammatorma. Welcome to Scope Creep Anonymous, also known as Chat. Hey, Solar, welcome in. Lily May, goodness. Hold on. Didn't want that block there. Welcome in, Raiders. How was Animal Crossing today? I saw earlier that you were playing on the Dream Island and doing some designing, and if I remember rightly, you're using that to prep for an idea of a future build. Is that correct? Azzy, welcome in. Ghost Panda, good to see you. Victorian Gunslinger, welcome in. Starstruck Jinx, Lily themselves, carpooling from Victor. Carpooling? Oh goodness. Kirito Hebi, welcome in. Math Girl, welcome in. Blacklad Wanderer, hail to the Squirrel Space Force. You got Resetti to reset your main island, but yes, using the creative planning mode to plan your Dragonfell Season 5 base, as it is Animal Crossing New Horizon themed. Oh, nice. I did hear that correctly, and I apologise for the ads that arrived immediately at the same time as you did. Apparently, that was just really terrible planning. You catch me today suffering heavily from scope creep. I have this tower. This tower is going to be part of my library. And, of course, typically it's just started snowing. This is my Frozen Archives. For those who haven't seen this before, this is going to be a giant library in the snow for us to immortalize within Minecraft all of the bad quotes that happen on this stream. We already, however, have a home, or rather 2 homes, for white foxes. But we're going to bring some red foxes into it. I think the ads had already reached their trigger point, Taran. Unfortunately, I couldn't override it at that point. Once they've reached a starting soon point, you can't override and prevent them. You didn't get any ads. Oh, that's good. And that sort of quote is an example. Bad quotes? Bad? How dear. I think everybody did in just in time. Fantastic. Yes, the scope creep is this area of the building is going to become a new terrarium, and I'm going to turn it into a cherry grove inside the building and use that for excuse me, I've just seen that quote. Use that for where we're going to keep the red foxes. I know you've been streaming for a very long time, Lily. If you need to raid and run and look after yourself, absolutely, you certainly should be doing that. Take care, and do remember that self-care is important. For those who come in with that raid, thank you for coming along. It would be lovely if you hang around, but equally, if you need to raid and run, do look after yourselves as well. But yes, we are going to be building this giant cherry tree. Cherry tree? Yeah. Cherry? Peach? Whatever. I'm a derp. I can't even remember what I'm doing. Do need to get cooking, so I'll be bringing it up on mobile and taking me with it. Ooh, what are you cooking? It is cherry. Okay. Food. Good luck with the food. Right. Curry. Oh, curry while we cherry. Or build cherry. Right. One thing I'm going to do is, while we've got a moment... Oh. And... red foxes are going to be a second redeem, Elkhorn. So for the moment, I'm going to refund that one for you. Sorry. Just for the moment, I'm not actually allowing red fox redeems. I need to build up a smaller number of them and make sure that they can't escape. Because otherwise, we'll find somebody's perfectly named fox that's probably carrying a piece of scaffolding will escape. Really? They're playing catch with the scaffolding. And I don't want it to escape and upset someone. Robin, I'm going to hold on to as a redeem that I agreed to. But I will name that one later. And that one I will agree with. It's just... I'm not accepting any further ones. I know that sounds weird, but... No. Thank you. Thank you for triggering all of this chaos, Elk. Right, we do, however, have a white one age-locked. Blast wants an age-locked white one, which is fox around and find out. Oh dear. Scots is in a queue. I know how to hold things. Scots is in the UK. I know how bad. I'm from the UK. I can queue. Right. Words. Hey, Ratty. Welcome in. Right. Age lock. Fox around and find out. And Kel wants Akiko? No, you've just caused all sorts of chaos, Elk, in a good way. you have triggered a change of gears, which might have broken the clutch, and the ability to actually get red foxes, which, well, it was going to happen. Eventually, red foxes were going to happen. You've just triggered them happening immediately. Well, you and everybody else who voted, we need red foxes. That's how it goes around here sometimes. Mayhem, chaos, and I forgot to bring any shears. I should have brought shears. Why didn't I bring shears? Boing. Shears. Boing. I keep forgetting I've only got that small gap to walk through. Now to say for your red foxes. Sheer forgetfulness. Ah. You cannot be shearish. And get nerbled. The sun is setting, and I don't have a bed up here because my bed is up with the red foxes. Oh, good grief. Third time lucky. Let's go and have a nap with Void. Hey, Void. Void's like, what are you doing, dude? Do you have any idea what's going on? No. Okay. Boing. Have a good meeting, Raven. I swear these guys were waiting for me. Right, I need an age-locked one, so we will have to breed that. So, Lumon and Gremlin. Okay, Gremlin has absolutely no interest in... There we are. There should be a baby fox around here that's unnamed. That's Fnurbles. Come back here. Would you mind not... There we are. Apparently Fox Around and Find Out is a little bit bouncy, which is going to be one of those things. And Akiko, you're not named, are you? Nope, right. Akiko, go free! Yep. It's a blast-related thing, of course it's going to be hyper. I mean, look at it! Boing, 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 boing. Boing, 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 boing. I know. It's exhausting. It's hilarious. I'm gonna pet wolf in Minecraft and call it Sherlock Bones. That's a thought. Oh dear. I hope at some point that fox decides to calm down a bit. Calm down, calm down. Got way more energy than you. No kidding, Ratty. It's got way more energy than I have. You got no energy. Yeah. Okay. I am going to get another red fox into this area so that we can at least have... Excuse me. Hi. I know I'm not naming them, but I've got to get a supply of them so that I actually am able to do the redeems. You're crawling to Friday. Goodness. Who gave that fox sweets? I don't know. The thing I find hilarious is that when red foxes have them, as I posted the image yesterday, from certain angles when they're looking at you, they look like they're sticking their tongue out and blepping at you. Alright, let's carry on with trying to figure this tree out. Okay, we're at nearly the right height, I think. I've been on the old school blue Smarties with lots of E numbers. When they're in a boat with you, it sounds like they're saying something very rude indeed. Foxes be like that. Boing. It's one of those moments where I kind of... There are some tools that allow you to actually place blocks on the underside of blocks a lot easier. And there are days that I have pondered that those would be really useful to have. But equally, nah. We'll see. Yeah. Don't you dare steal my block. Don't mind me, I am just accidentally dropping myself out of the tree. Look after yourself, Urban. Hopefully the phone charges okay and quickly. Alright, let's do a bit more here. I spliffed myself. Yep. Also going for a nap. Have a nice nap. Doing one of those myself after watching that fox. So what I'm doing is starting to fill out this tree so that it actually feels like it's got enough density to be this big. And give it a bit more by way of rooting. Let's get the camera count onto high gamma so that we can see some of the shape. That's not bad. That's looking okay. That area up the top there, I think I can adjust that and use it as a split. So if we come up here, this point. Ah! Hey, foxes. Let's try that again. I made it all the way up and then accidentally threw myself off. Oh dear. Hopefully it's just a temporary give up blast and you just need some time to yourself to allow you to focus and figure out what you want to say. Do that. Deadline for the application is February 2nd, so you've got plenty. Okay, that's good. I feel like Blaster's already figured out what he wants to say, which is, I give up. That is actually still a valid point. That is still a valid thing to say. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but it sometimes is. Ah! I'm having one of those, and how many times am I going to drop myself off of this tree whilst attempting to build it moments? I'm fairly sure I heard myself go crunch, so yes, that could be a splat. And we have a Mr. Mime in chat, for those who might be interested in catching it. Ooh, that reminds me. I was going to add Gravity Works to the list of options for falls. Because clearly, Gravity Works. One there. Okay. That fox just stole my scaffolding. I love the way that he's just sitting there looking sort of so happy and pleased with himself with my scaffolding hanging out of his mouth. It's like, dude, really? Here. Have that and... Try again. Have that and give me back my scaffolding. Thank you. The foxes are playing keep away. By Jove, Sir Isaac Scotsman has discovered gravity. Yep. Oh, I missed one. Are you happy now? Let's see. I feel like probably need to bring some of the roots down here. And I'd like to bring a root down here. Oh, I'm out of cherry wood. Nope. There we are. I like how I'm just using the wood. I decided way early in this that it was probably better just to use the wood than the logs. I do, however, want to introduce some texture change to this tree as we work on it. Really? What I won't be doing is stripping these logs, because that pink would just stand out a mile. That's better. And thank you for joining the scurry, Blacklad. Right. Start putting in some of the roots at ground level. You are the tired. You are the tired wanderer. I brought the blackstone up to make sure that I filled in these gaps correctly. I haven't done it yet. Also, I suspect actually I've got the wrong material. It's supposed to be polished deep slate. I've got the wrong material in my inventory. Whoops. Right. I think that is probably enough of the cherry wood. What I do want is to use some dark oak, though. Just to sort of give a little bit more texture. This may actually be a terrible idea. It's a dark oak, isn't it? Yeah, okay. It doesn't look dark enough. I say that. Actually, I thought that was going to look terrible. I think that might actually look okay. If I swap over to this cam account. The dark oak is a nice... it's a nice variation without being... Yeah, I was very surprised that it worked out, Taran. It was one of those, is this going to work, or is this absolutely just a bad idea? Oh, last thing. Sorry. Update on the Stolen Lake yesterday. Magically returned after you sent a very semi-strongly worded and definitely friendly. I'm glad it worked. I'm glad it came back. I had actually meant to ask about that, and then got very confused and started thinking and building a tree. Oh, that actually, yes. Insert working out pun. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing I was going to do is... Let's put those back. That's cherry wood. By introducing dark oak wood... Now this might be where things go off the rails badly, but I'm going to try it. See. falling asleep while sitting up. Goodness. At this scale, that doesn't look bad. I always worry because trying to use planks on a tree is something I'm not really sure about. But I think at this scale with this size of tree, that might actually be okay. For your body clock, it's 1:30, so not late at all. Goodness. Right, I need some more half slabs. And some more stairs. Welcome to Scott's Makes a Tree. I have to think about it. I'm not sure if I've ever actually made a tree at this scale before. At least not in vanilla and not with the current wood sets. The only other tree I have made at this sort of scale possibly might be the... Oh no, we've got the Christmas tree at Sanity's Grotto. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Raven. But other than that tree, I don't think we've done anything in vanilla. So this is new territory for me. This also does fit a little bit with plans that I have for the future, where I do plan on making a significant tree at a future point in this world. But that is so far off in thinking that it might never happen. Yeah, that's the only other one I was thinking of, Raven. What do you call a reluctant potato? A hesitator. Oh, Elkhorn. Ow. Oh. That feels like it should be, hey, watch me pull the pun out of my... don't encourage him, blast. Hey, Moose, watch me pull a pun out of my hat. Why is that? Why is the word sack not allowed? Good grief. Auto mod. Yeah, auto mod. Yeah. Drunk. Balls. Oh, that. Yeah, okay. Apparently I keep dropping myself off this tree. Have a good meeting, Elkhorn. And Glam Pixie is throwing potatoes at you. Okay. Black lad. That was just downright deliberate. You'll allow it, but next time you're on your own. Yep. I like the... oh. I like the shape of this. It's feeling very much like it's going the right way. Which I was not sure when I started this, which is nothing new. I'm usually not very sure when I start things. It's also going the left way, depending on what side of the tree you're on. You know? Yes? Unfortunately, it's not going the pudding way. So I'm sure Pudding Way is not happy. Mine is jumping to bleach for some redacted reason. Pudding. Okay, I think I've got enough solid branches on this. It's feeling lopsided. I feel like there should be... I'm looking at this. It's great over here, but it feels lopsided. I kind of need something on this side. I think possibly from this point it needs something coming over here. Okay, you two can keep hold of the scaffold for Chew Toys for the moment. Good grief. I swear, every time I Fnurbling do anything, these foxes steal my materials. Woobat is a vampire who seduces everybody. Wow. Look after yourself, Mad. Thank you for joining us. And have a happy day. Happy day? Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. What the hey? Scotsman singing out. Exactly. Why are we fnurbling? Oh. I'm going to assume that's failure to catch a Pokemon or something. And yet Blackclad caught it, so... Ow. Yes, True Purple. Apparently there's a dodgy cable or connection or something today, and we were getting some crackling on the other channel from that audio source. So you're only getting one channel for the audio source for that. It will be resolved probably by me unplugging everything and cleaning a connection or three. Just hoping for me to sing it and end on Great Horny Toad. Ah. Left Fnurble is Fnurbled. Exactly. Sometimes the Fnurbles just Fnurble themselves. And the rest of the time... who knows? Have a chat with the professor tomorrow. Look after yourself. Have a good evening, Blast, and sleep well. And I'm glad that the issue with the missing items was resolved. I'm sure you were, but yeah, so were we. want to put a block on the bottom of that scaffolding. It's still winter, so leave your joke be. Who's there? Pudding who? Putting up the Christmas tree. Yeah, that one's late. It's putting down the tree time. Yes. Okay. How many foxes have scaffolding? Don't worry. Just after the scaffolding. The answer is all of them. You have 2 cats. You've learned not to try and do anything tree-like. I mean, cats and Christmas trees. Yeah, they do tend to be an interesting combination. Okay, that's better. Oh, I'm never going to get away from the thought that crossed my mind just for a second here. This kind of looks like a droideka from Star Wars. Oh, dag fnurblet. I'm assuming once I start putting leaves on, it'll be fine, but it looks a bit like one of the droidekas. Droideka? For those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's the ones that roll up and roll towards you from episode 1 onwards. That's why you use cat toys instead of balls. Your tree is full of pink rats. It's the colouring and the shape of the position of the tree limbs. It wasn't planned. And really... Oh, well. So be it. Hey, Krish! It is a droideka. Okay. Droideka, one of the 3. Right. Let's start making this tree have some tree-like elements. Because that made perfect sense as a statement. Yes, you. Raider is never early, nor are they late. They arrive precisely when they mean to, and we are happy to have you. Yes, thank you, Blackclad. Sorry, I did not mean that to be or sound bad. That is not what I was trying to do. Right, let's start giving this tree some tree-like tendencies. So first, I'm going to go in, as I usually do, with the thin stuff. I could go in adding the other thing I usually do of fence gates and fence posts, but I don't think I want to on this one. These give it sort of branch-like attitude without actually adding too much, I think. It's a thing-stuffed tree, exactly. Streamers accidentally insulting streamers since well before streaming actually started. Yep. Yeah. I am very well aware how easy it is to accidentally insult people. And if I ever do it, it's... I will apologise profusely and then probably do it again 10 minutes later by accident. Ah! Well, while I'm down here... Let's try that again. Preferably without actually, you know, testing gravity again. It's been 2 seconds and Scotsman has fallen out of a tree again. You have it command in your chaos bot, as people were always coming in saying late streamer raid, and the streamer who was hosting the bot at the time had several Lord of the Rings, so we kind of... Ah, I like that. That's a nice one. Also, apparently Fall has been taken over by Mary Whitehouse. That's nice. You thought squirrels could climb trees. They can. But they also... There's a reason why they're called flying squirrels. They're forever jumping out of trees as well. Bellfire, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Flying Squirrel Air Force. Yep. Falling, leaping... Oh, Falling Squirrel Air Force. Yeah, well, works as well. Math Girl, thank you for the check-in. Right, let's start bringing in some of the leaves. I have a few plans to add into this for giving it a bit more depth in a minute. So I'm not going to give much of this yet. Suddenly, pink! Yes! There's going to be more of it. Dim, 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 dim. Footy, welcome in. Fwee! Fwee from what? Fwee from marriage. Oh no, that's a different thing. Marriage. Now, the one thing I'm going to have to do is keep an eye on just how far across I get, because I want to put windows in as well. One thing you see for Sakura is pink glazed terracotta. That's a thought. Don't have any, but it's a thought. I also have pearlescent frog lights. We fly because we keep falling out of trees. The FSAF motto. Sorry, I must have missed that a minute ago, Blacklad. Ow. I was squirreling at the time. Today on, the Scotsman falls out of the tree. All the danged time. Hello. fact, it's so much. I've fallen out of the tree so much that I actually need to eat because I'm taking damage. That's not what I meant to put there. If the foxes steal that, I'll be in trouble. Better falling off a Sky City and the elytra not working. Did you have a trouble with your elytra, Blacklad? Have you been trying to throw yourself off of a building again? Or a city? Probably a space bar or lag. Just blame lag. Lag is a perfect excuse. There's no way to prove it. Or disprove it, either. Bit like that. I lagged through the scaffolding there. So, one thing I am also thinking of doing... Skill issue? No, lag issue. Exactly. Just been playing on Animal Crossing. Ah, another person who's been playing Animal Crossing. And a Screamtail has appeared for those trying to catch all of their Pokemon. None of those were where I wanted them. Catch it, it's a rare. There you are, everyone. The Frauke Information Service giving you some helpful advice here that this is a rare one to try and catch. Thank you, Frauke. If I don't find the foxes with cherry leaves in their mouths at some point, I'm going to be very surprised. Happy to report you avoided pouring the coffee into the cereal, but only just. Wow. There's a good reason you need the coffee, apparently. But also, yay for not coffee cereal. Updated the console and the game. Switch was a flat battery. Oh, goodness. Yeah, my Switch is probably not in a healthy state. I've not used it for years. Remember stopping your friend from drinking paint water and cleaning his paintbrush in his can of Coke. He'd eaten coffee or an energy drink. Wow. Yeah, that's a sign that you're not with it anymore. There is the cherry blossom. There are. Hold on. I was going to get some, and I don't think I brought any with me. Oh, hey. So there are. Nope. 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 Yes. Pink petals. And I can just grab some of those and some bone meal, I think. Pink petals class as flowers, don't they? Yes, Void. Been there, done that. Green tastes better than blue. Wow. So yes, there are cherry blossom petals that you can place on the ground, and I will be doing that. Hi guys. Effectively like this. I forgot. This was the easy way to bone meal these. So, they won't go on top of logs, which is annoying. But we can also put in the leaf blocks, or the leaf litter, which I forgot to pick up as well. Dag nerble it. Took a sip of Dad's coffee the other day. He has little to no sugar in his. You were startled by the bitterness. Yikes. So to complement the leaf, the cherry petals, we've got the leaf litter, which will allow us to have even more texture. More texture. Oh no. So we can do things like this. And just blend things so much better. And do a bit of that. And where are we? That one. Unfortunately, you can't place these into the same block space, which would have been really nice. What I can also do is bring in some of the leaves down here to look like there's a small bit of tree growing down here and a little bit there. And I will probably do something like this in a few places. Make it look like I've got little trees. But we need to finish the big one first. That gap looks too square. There. That's better. Ah! Oh well. More bone meal. And this is why I brought the pearlescent frog lights. So that I can hide some lighting into the tree. Yeah, I jumped. But the pearlescent frog lights are my intention for hiding some lighting into the tree. And then we can combine that with a bit of pink wool, like so and like so, just for it to look a bit more solid in places. For some reason, I didn't and I wasn't expecting Skeletor. Nope. Nope. Just show up. Student, when you were in college, asked you if espresso was a strong drink because they needed to wake up for the next class. So obviously you said yes. That's why you only have a small amount. Dude just got a 6-tuple shot of espresso and drank it within 5 minutes of... You never saw him again. Wow. I agree with Taran's question of did his heart explode? Or did he just achieve light speed? For some reason, I'm now thinking of, for anyone who's ever read it, the Whiteboard comic, where one of the major characters in that has a habit of basically just achieving ridiculous speeds as a result of huge amounts of caffeine intake. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do that. Here we find a squirrel in a tree. A tree, you say? Yes. A squirrel, you say? No, 12 of them in a trench coat. Here we find a squirrel in a tree for the next few seconds until the squirrel hits the ground again. Yep. That's just snow. It's not a thunderstorm this time. I'd love to say that Taran is wrong, but equally, the moment I say Taran is wrong, I will fall from the tree and prove Taran right. Yeah, thankfully it's not thunder snow. Ah! I fell. Be gods. Taran was right. Yep. And yeah, I still proved Taran right. Of course I did. How could I not? There was no way in this build that I was not going to actually end up falling from it. Still quite a while before we can do anything with sleeping to get rid of the snow. No, you can't have it. It's mine. Sorry. Not really. Feel like the rock needs a frog light or a spore light or whatever from the nether. Ooh. Spore. Yes. Yeah. Shroom. I think you're thinking a shroom light. A shroom light would probably be better in the rock, and I agree. So, while we're waiting to be able to sleep, let's go and get a shroom light. I should have... I have 11 of them. Let's grab 3. Ooh, Spore, yes. Wow. It's nice to know that Nanian was absolutely right about just how utterly insane the quotes get around here. Now the question becomes where to put it. I think here would be a good place for one of them. And possibly here for the second. Hello, you. Spore, the game with many, and you mean many, specifically shaped creations. Yeah, that game was not good. That game basically... Didn't that basically end that guy's... I can't remember the name of the developer, but it basically was the last thing he ever created, and he never did anything else ever again. Or was it Black and White 2 that basically killed his ability to convince anyone that he actually knew how to create games still? And for those who are after it, we have a Swaldoon. Swadloon, even. I thought Spore was Molyneux, wasn't it? Thank you. Molyneux was the name I was looking for. It might not have been. I may be mixing up my fnurbled up creators. Don't mind me, new decks to catch them all again. Yeah, we know, Frauke, you're doing fantastic. Whereas I couldn't manage to fill a dex to save my life. Will Wright. Ah, guess not then. Well, I was wrong. Which happens every time I try and think of things. You may not think much of it, but he was right on the money for TTP. Which one's TTP? I'm not recognizing the acronym. Or the TLA. Oh. Okay. That's an interesting metric. I really want to be up there somehow. Oh, that reminds me. I got an email today saying that a game that's been on my wish list for a while has finally reached a point where you can actually purchase it. Or is it just get into early access? Heil Hydrate. No, that's not the game. A game called Heil Hydrate. Now that would definitely get into trouble. And a stretch to go with it. Oh. But there's a game that's been on my keep an eye open for this list called Craftlings. Which looks like it's kind of a cross between... it looks like it's a cross between Lemmings and Terraria. That one might be one block too far to the right. Dagfnerdlet. Oh well, we'll see. Those use different dice. Wow. You appear to be speaking from experience there, Feg. Or at least a point of knowledge. This is not what you wanted to hear when you step into chat. Any whoosies. Yep. Yeah. Feg immediately regretting their life's choice of things to say. I'm feeling that this is getting fairly close to being how I would want it to be. I want that one plus one below it. Oh, actually, no, hold on. There is still something I want to add to this. And that is, I think this would look good with the addition of pale hanging moss in a few places to give it that sort of shape and texture of things of sort of thinner leaf sections. Because I've seen people do this and then have candles sort of hanging from this, but I think those predate the pale hanging moss becoming available as a thing. So let's see what we can do about this. And one thing everybody should be doing occasionally is just appreciating Taran for being Taran. Both Taran and Raven, wow, do a fantastic job of looking after us. And so too do a few other people who occasionally wow. Look, I was trying to say your name, Raven, and failing miserably. But yes, much love to the mods, because the mods are fantastic at looking after us. I, on the other hand, am an absolute derp who can't manage to say names properly, so don't assume that I can actually do anything properly. If Scots and Raven co-stream, can it be the Adventures of Rum and Raisin? You feel bad for the mods, they deal with me willingly. Wow. And I have streamed with Raven on occasion. We have, in the past, as well as the occasions where Raven has assisted me with some elements of Final Fantasy XIV, we have on occasions attempted ridiculous co-op puzzle games. That was my first set of streams, if anything. The Misadventures of Rum and Raisin. Wow. Yep, there have been silly puzzle games involving myself and Raven. I'm also a little worried that I don't seem to have as much pale hanging moss in my inventory as I really thought I should do at this point. Honestly, Raven, if we go back to We Were Here Together, we'll probably have to just start it from the from the start again. Because I don't think either of us know where we are or where we were going. I do have phasmophobia, yes. At one point we were vaguely in the same general area of the world, kinda. Wow. Well, we ended at the end of a puzzle. That doesn't narrow it down much. But yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, that's why I don't think I have as much as I should do. Yep. Right. My Phasmo skills are appalling, Kel. But, yeah. There may also be... there have been some discussions in the Last Life for Extra Life community about having a content creators attempt peak event type thing. So you could see me throwing myself off a mountain as well. Don't expect me to try RV there together. That sounds like an interesting option as well, Taran. Scott's the Defenestrator plays Peak. What could possibly go wrong? Possibly Fnurbles. Clam's down to join us for some Phasmo. Oh boy. Death by Ghosty. I've played Phasmo a few times, Blackclad. Just very rarely on my own streams. It's one of those ones where I join in the background of other people's. I become a third party. Or a fourth party. Tee. But, like, when? Not a clue. We will find out. Well, that looks wrong. Oh, that didn't work. Scott's Place. Phasmo, will he be the sugar squirrel? I don't know. Not sure I know what the sugar squirrel is. Ow. Oh, you mean as in the one who pays for everything? Have a chat with Scots, convince them, think of when, say probably is up. Yeah, it's likely to be after Last Life. I'm not sure I have the brain power to add something like, or to hang out with people and play Phasmo during that. Okay, you can keep that for now. Does this work? Yeah. Oh, that is working. I was worried for a minute that adding this was not going to work, but actually I think that works. It gives a nice blend. That area's wrong. We have a Volbeat for anyone who is trying to catch one of those. So we've got the... Ah! Oh. Yep. That worked. Oh, fnibbles. And after all that, I only had one leaf in my inventory. Let's try that again with the actual leaves. I've got the... Ah! Who needs I've got the power? I'm more likely to have I've got the... Ah! Oh, fnibbles. I'm kind of surprised I didn't drop myself off a bit there. Well, I wasn't sure if you'd want to be the sugar birdie or something else, Kel. I was trying to think of variations that weren't just birdie. Oh, that didn't work. That's not where I wanted it. I know your name is Kelbirdie, but... Okay, that's fixed that side. There's some areas up near the top that need some of this, but I think I need to go to the front for variations of what we consider. Sugar Squirrel, so you were sticking to the theme. Okay, That makes sense. I'm just going to leave you holding that for the moment, dude. Ah. If you could fly in Phasmo, he'd be the sugar glider. Now, the only time I fly in Phasmo is when I see the hint that the ghost is chasing me, and then it's, flee, flee, fly! Flee, you fools! Or something like that. I feel like that area is almost not got enough, but equally I don't want to put anything there because it's underneath other stuff. And, oh well, you can go. It wouldn't naturally have stuff, but let's nibble it. Fnibble, you fools! I've been trying to avoid the terracotta. I find it a bit too abrupt, almost. But then again, we're in here with some pink wool in places, so yeah, could do. Right, I need to get up on top of this. I think amethyst clusters would be too purple, though. I mean, that's the reason why I wanted the white of the pale hanging moss, because it's sort of the color that feels like it's just shading it down a little. You know what? I think we might be at the point where this is good. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm actually rather happy with this. You know? I think we've reached a point where that's probably just right. Apparently black-clad. Yeah, I think that I think fits. I've got a couple of questions regarding the areas around it. Oh, good, I've not. Yes, pink petals, leaf litter, and I'm going to put in a couple of small trees in a couple of places. To sort of add to it. Right. do I have... Not in there, I don't. Do I have... Yes, I do. Fantastic. I did plan ahead. I planned ahead for this. Woohoo! No. Oh, Wisteria is lovely. We have one of those near where I work, and it is at certain times of year it is such a beautiful colour. Oh, Fnurbles. Didn't want to take that one out. Trying to go one on your balcony, hoping for the first flute. Ah, yes. Certain times it's great. Only those times. The rest of the year it's kind of mid. I mean, you're not far off. Because as trees grow, or as plants go, a lot of the time, it just looks like it's a sort of a whole pile of structureless, because yeah, it's a climber. So it's just lots and lots of sort of wood sections all over a building. No, didn't want that one. That's not what I wanted to put there. I wanted to do that. Not that one. Kind of need another one just there. Yeah, that's better. And I think I need one here. Yours goes up a trellis on the outside of the balcony, curving inwards to make a canopy above. That's a nice idea. I do not have enough dark oak fences, he says, taking away his crafting bench with which he could make more dark oak fences using the dark oak and the sticks that he's got in his Gefnebbled. Gefnebbled? Also, I feel like these are, choking hazards. Hi. Hi. I want to take away your choking hazard. Thank you. What was that I was saying about planning ahead? Look, just because I didn't doesn't mean that I can't. Speaking of planning ahead. That gives me enough foxes to be able to actually do redeems when I open them up, which is good. Dark oak fences. Nice cherry wood. There's no point having one made with twos. Is me, or is my inventory an unusually chaotic mess? It feels like it's more chaotic of different things than usual. Oh well. Oh yeah, it's more pink than usual. Okay, that's what it is. Apparently Raven and Taran are sharing the brain cell today. A medium rare skills inventory. Wow. And we have a Krokorok in chat for those who might want another Pokemon. That's a Krokorok around the clock. That's a rock around the clock. It's a Krokorok. Rock, a rock, a rock, 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 a rock, a rock. It's a rock around the clock. Gonna rock, rock, rock the round, 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 rock around the clock. I don't know. That made sense before I started singing it. I should have given up while I still had the sense. Oh, where's my bed? Something tells me that corner is too dark. Yes. Yes, it is. We got any more areas that are too dark before I commit myself to how many more things I need? Ancients, welcome in. Happy Thursday. Thank you for coming along with that raid. How was your Thursday? How was your stream? If you have a moment to say hi, much appreciated. If you need to raid and run, take care of yourself. Self-care is important. That one's not too bad. There's a 0 in the corner, but that's going to get built on. Okay, so I still need to do something about that edge. What I might do is hide a pearlescent frog light inside this tree. Build the entrance of a trial chamber. Ooh, nice. Well, as Fort said, trial chamber. Sadly, have to leave now. Already overstayed and dinners. Enjoy your dinner, and thank you for coming in. Have a good lurk. Holy pink. There's an awful lot of pink in this. I think we may have to bring a lot of brown into the ground level to offset it. Because the blue of the grass doesn't quite work. Could bring in some moss. Nope, wrong. Make some pathways of brown. Yeah. Yeah, no comment on that one, Fig. Right, let's get rid of that, and that. Let's bring... No, I didn't want to get rid of that. I had some coarse dirt with me. There it is. Just for this occasion. I planned for this. Not very well, but I planned for it. Whoops. Oh well. It's alright. It wasn't necessary. Where's my shovel? There it is. Oops. Is this a Silk Touch shovel? Yes, it is. That would explain a lot. I wasn't expecting the Silk Touch. I don't know why. Let's do a bit more along here. Bit of that. Yeah, thank you, Raven. Whoops. I think one thing I do need to do is come through here with a little bit of bone meal just to add some grass. Do I have any bone meal left? No. Okay, let's go and get some. Ow. Much appreciated. I know I threatened to bring some moss through on this, but I'm just going to see what it looks like with just growing grass. Like this. I'm going to keep it to low grass. I half expected that bed to be stolen by a fox. I think we've got enough foliage, enough sort of pink. I think if we bring in too much pink, we're going to overload it. What I will do is come through with some ferns and bushes, though. Just for an alternative. Do I have the bushes? Do I have the new bushes? I got the ferns. That's not bushes. That's glow lichen. I don't think I have the... I've got the dry grass. I don't have the new bushes. Well, that's interesting. Decorative bamboo. Now that might work. Couple of bit... because you can snip it and stop it growing as well. Have we got... I think I need to bring in some more of the pink petals. Some more of the fallen leaves. Hey, Fatty McDaddy Og. Welcome in. I want some bushies. Oh no. No, I might as well just compost those. That can go in there, that can go in there. I should really put the pale hanging moss into Frankenstein. Who the heck did that did that autocorrect for? That's an interesting autocorrect. It really is unusual that snipping things stops them growing. Right. That's not what I wanted. I mean, I do want that, but I really wanted that first. Let's get rid of that out of my inventory. Coarse dirt out of my inventory. Dirt out of my inventory. Fine, you had a former boss's name be auto-corrected as Marshmallow. Good lord. Just tell them you were referring to the famous DJ, and therefore you were being really, really nice to them. Right. Go west, young squirrel, go west, and see if you can gather something that you've not previously been able to use. And while we're doing that, in air Heil Hydrate. Point, Taran. In-flight beverage, sir. Yes. And a in-flight stretch. Thank you, Taran. Have I just run out of world? Excuse me. The world is infinite, unless it's still attempting to actually generate it. Thank you, Feg, for the in-flight beverage, and for the fact that apparently I am absolutely, completely derp. Ooh, firefly bushes. Might as well get those while I'm here. Ooh. Puppers! These are not the bushes I'm looking for. These are the firefly bushes. Now, those might actually be interesting. Ooh, actually, firefly bushes up in there might be useful. You're never knowingly confused for a mod or any kind of responsible person. Eh. Huh. I was not expecting an ocean. Did I? There's some. Now, if I remember rightly, I need to shear these. But if I do this, I can get more of them as well. No one expects the ocean after I collected the firefly bushes, so just over there. I really somehow completely missed them. I'm not blind. I'm streamer blind. Yeah, Cthulhu Fatang. Don't know how you missed the green bushes against the green grass. Nope, me neither. Streamer blindness, etc., etc. Actually, I think I'm fairly sure there is an exclamation mark blindness. Wait. What am I waiting? Try blind. Yep, there we are.
Ladder's patent as a trap roll!
You're kidding. Fine. I thought we had longer. Apparently this evening has been spent building a tree. Note, that is a ridiculous amount of dripstone. Do not, under any circumstances, have your elytra break whilst flying over that cave. To be fair, A, it's a pretty tree, and B, it usually takes much longer than a day to build a tree. Next week, we need to build the glass around it to allow us to actually make sure that the foxes don't escape. Ow. Yes! You can put bushes on top of coarse dirt. That was why I wanted them. Right, let's get the leaf litter and the pink petals done. And then we can go into Pretty's mode for this. And see how it looks. I feel like that should have some moss over the top of it, but we'll come back to that later. I'm going to take away my shulker boxes as well. Or at least try to. Yep, I got that. And let's put that there. Just to... I think I am probably going to end up fnurbling a bit more with this, but let's see how it looks in Pretty's mode and wrap up for today. There's bound to be more messing around with it, particularly as I bring in the exterior. Because, of course, we still need to put windows onto this. Yes, Void. I know. You have never, ever, ever been fed. So, how does this look? Oh. Oh, I am... Actually, I really think that works. Doesn't help when there's too many clouds in the way. Then again, the clouds really, really work. We actually, I'm gonna have. I don't know about glass art. I don't want to take away from the tree, Kibo. I may bring in some variations of elements like this at the top of the art of the glass, but I don't want to detract from the trees on the interior this time. Subtle gradients as I go up. That, however, might work nicely, yes. Oh, I love that view. That is the view. That one. With the god rays and the shadows and the fox in the foreground. I am so glad that you did encourage this. Everybody who encouraged this, this was a beautiful addition and a nice shot of colour onto this build that adds something very different to it. Green on the foreground's a lovely contrast. Yeah. It adds a lovely shot of different colour into the build in a way that we didn't have prior to now. You can see why I don't want the glass to detract from this. But it needs the glass to make it look like it is sort of in a terrarium type greenhouse concept. You want to see this with the moon in the background? Let's see what we can do. Where the heck's the moon? Oh, it's a... We're not going to get much of a moon, I'm afraid. It's at the wrong time of season, I'm afraid. But that... Alas, yeah. Oh, the fox just sitting there. Let's see if I can get this view. Clouds, smeg off for a minute. No. When am I going to build a Droideka statue? What do you think I am? I am not Good Times with Scar. I am not attempting to build Disneyland or Disney parks or a theme park or anything like that. Oh, that's nice. The tree on the inside of that. Very important question. Pick a colour. Purple. Good Times with Squirrel. That sounds wrong. You people. Okay. Teal. Oh. Oh, that's... That. The sunrise and everything just... Hey, oldie. Yep. Golden hour. Beautiful Sakura in the land of the rising Fnurbles. Oh my. Right. We have, however, reached that moment where I do need to wrap up. I think this has been a really, really good stream by way of building. Thank you for flying Squirrel Airlines. We've been your moderation staff. Thank you, Tor and Drazen. Make sure you collect all carrier. Thank you, Taran. Thank you. Certain something for a certain thing in the future. Okay. Please quote yourself. I kind of agree with that needing to be quoted. Train of thought. I have one. I will be back again tomorrow at my usual time, 2.5 hours previously to now, where we will be back on Idiotic. Yes, the mayhem, the chaos, and all of the other things. Thank you for 535. Community voted, please quote. Thank you to everyone for joining me. I have had so much fun with this build. It is an unusual... it is an unusual build, and it has worked nicely. We will be next week adding around it, and then adding the Red Fox redeem, which will be a separate redeem, just so that we know exactly which fox you're asking for. Probably by the middle of next week, assuming that we can actually get assuming we can get the windows done. Although, we just need to get the lowest layers of the windows done. Right. Let's see if we can actually get a raid to work first time today. Server says yes. We're going to be raiding out to the Mighty Oak, who is an absolutely fabulous streamer and is working on Dragonfell, touring Dragonfell projects. I hope everyone has a good time zone. I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Take care of yourselves. You are all amazing. And I'll hopefully see you all again soon. Bye-bye.